skirmish, but you lost everything. Your family, your friends, your entire clan. Now you're fighting for all you have left. Revenge.
Tanya, tell us, why should we be excited about UT3?
Well, look at it. What isn't there to be excited about? We've got at least 4 game modes. One that's completely new, traditional deathmatch, capture the flag, vehicle capture the flag, as well as a warfare game type, which we're really excited about. We also have at least around twice as many vehicles for UT3 as we did on UT2K4, separated into 2 completely different factions. So every vehicle is very different, and they all have multiple different capabilities: primary fire, secondary fire, when you jump, when you crouch. So they all have very, specific things you have to master. It's not something that, you can just I know one, I know them all. They're all different.
So you're trying to do a lot with single player this time around. Tell us a little bit about that.
So one thing that we know with our fan base is that while we want everyone to be online and be able to play with everyone else, only about 50 or 60% of people actually are able to. So for UT3, we wanted to make sure that we had a solid storyline. This time around, you actually play a character and you have your own storyline. You're part of a clan. You're out for revenge for what the other, the Necros and the other clans have done to your family and to your clan. So you're traveling from location to location in order to, hunt them down and compete in the tournament. So it's a non-linear storyline. There's many branching paths as well as unlockables for items for your character and for new technology you learn along the way. So it's pretty cool.
And on multiplayer, what kind of exciting stuff will we see there?
Once again, it's like everything, right? I mean, the big thing, at least for me, I love the vehicles. So all the vehicles are super awesome, easy to use. They look great. With the 2 completely different factions, you've got the Necros side, which is very organic, has look and feel to them, and you've got a huge variety of the different types. With the warfare game mode, we're really trying to focus on the team-based gameplay and objective-based gameplay that focuses, even on very large maps, focuses the action from one point to another point, capturing nodes, battling back and forth, and unlocking new vehicles for each different node that you capture. So it's pretty awesome.
So as you said, there's a lot of different weapons and vehicles in the game. Could you tell us a little bit about your favorite ones?
Let's see, my favorite vehicle, right now anyways, is the Scavenger. The Scavenger is it's a Necros vehicle that has, you're inside an orb, like an energy orb that has tentacles. And you can either walk around and climb up on buildings, climb up on, the hillside, or you can roll around like Metroid style, attack people, pull in the tentacles and spin them around in circles, launch yourself into the air and attack from above. It's pretty versatile, it's awesome, it's a very awesome vehicle. For the weapons, I'd probably say my favorite is the rocket launcher. I know it's like the primordial kind of noob favorite, right? But we've definitely revamped it. There's at least 5 or 6 different ways to use the rocket launcher this time around, including, primary fire rocket, with secondary fire being multiple rockets, multiple grenades, spiral attacking grenades. You can lock onto an enemy or not lock onto an enemy, use splash damage. So warfare is similar to Onslaught and Assault from UT2K4. We wanted to take the best pieces of it and make one new game type that was just totally solid, where you're working together as a team, where some people are defending, some people are offensive, and then you have an orb carrier that's moving from node to node, trying to move combat forward to capture each node along the way to get to the enemy's core. Once you get to the enemy's core, it's all about taking down the shield and bringing the core down to 0. Any way you can do that possible, you want to. So by using your hoverboard, by using all the different vehicles that are available to you, whether it means hijacking the other team's vehicles or using your own, or using the orb to capture nodes immediately. There's also secondary nodes that don't actually impact the progression from one core to another that you can unlock, that unlock special vehicles or maybe a new spawn location or something like that. So it's different for every map. So it's pretty cool.
So with the first Unreal Tournament, you said like a new standard for multiplayer games. How will UT3 now bring multiplayer games into the new generation?
So the big thing for us is doing UT the way UT was meant to be, as we look at it as a company. So while other games are really moving and changing, becoming almost more difficult to play, whenever you move, accuracy becomes worse, and you have to stop and take aim, and kind of more slow-paced, cover-based shooters. We're trying to stick to the way UT always has been, which is you're dodging, you're evading, it's fast-paced, infinite respawn time, right? You die, you get back up. And even while you're in midair dodging something, you can still fire just as you were standing still. And that's one of the things that we feel really works for UT. And I think while it may not be changing, is that it continues to be innovative, because we see that as being, good for us, right?
So it's also coming out for PS3 and Xbox 360 later on. What have some of the challenges been on bringing it into the consoles?
Well, the biggest challenge for us is making sure that the feeling of the game doesn't get lost. Because, as you can imagine, a really fast-paced shooter on the PC, it can have its challenges with movement, speed, with aiming, with how you can select weapons, because there's so many weapon types in UT that you can't just toggle through all the weapons on a keyboard. So the same guys that worked on the controls for Gears of War actually worked on the controls for UT3. And so all the things that we learned about making a really solid shooter on a console we're applying to UT3. That includes quick weapon switching, really solid feeling of the movement and aiming reticles, as well as working on the pace and keep on tweaking it until it feels good for the console.
And what about something like clan support and support for the Unreal community? How will that be built into the game?
Well, for Epic, we're always known for supporting our community, and we'll do everything we can to have the best matchmaking, the best clan support, mod support, and while I can't really announce much right now, you can be sure that that'll all be available for UT3. The big thing is that we will be shipping the editor with the game, so all of the if you want to make new maps or you want to make new game types or new modifiers, you can totally do that. So we're making that available for users on the PS3 as well. You'll be able to create the mods on the PC and move it to your PS3, share it with your PC friends and everything. So
that sounds pretty cool. So when can we expect to see the game?
You can look for UT in holiday of this year, holiday 2007.
On PS3 and PC.
Exactly, yep.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good day.